So I'm just taking down my camp from last night. I was thinking about the whole concept of being warm at night. I always laugh a little bit when people talk about being warm, sleeping warm when they're winter camping. That's wishful thinking in my mind. I think you can sleep not cold, but warm is up against a fire where you're all cozy in a house with a heater or a cabin or something like that. Sleeping outside and it's freezing out. The best you can really do is not be cold. If you find yourself in a situation where your sleeping bag is not warm enough for the conditions that you're in, there's always the idea of putting on more clothes because you have more insulation. There's always this debate whether or not it actually works to put more insulation or to put on more clothes, and if that keeps you warmer. There's like the old sort of wives' tale, you gotta sleep naked, and that's just stupid. You can definitely put on some extra layers and then feel colder, and I'll explain why. At least this is my idea why sometimes if you put on extra clothing you end up feeling colder. The comparison is having a house that has a cold room. It's just always a little bit off. So that room is cold, so you bump up the thermostat, the heat goes on, it heats the rest of the house, but then the thermostat's in another room, it just goes hot, cold, it's just a mess. It's the same kind of logic in a sleeping bag. What happens is most people, I think, when you have extra clothes, it's often upper body stuff, it's a jacket. If you put on a big thick jacket, that holds all the warmth around your body. Your body is what's actually heating up the whole inside of the sleeping bag. So then what ends up happening is that your legs and feet get cold. If you want to boost the temperature rating of your sleeping bag, you can 100% put more layers on inside of it, but you want to have an even layer. If you just have like long johns and like a first layer, well, that can work pretty well. And if you put on a puffy coat, you've also got to put on the same thing on your legs. Most people don't have puffy pants to put on their legs. For me, the easiest way that I've found to keep myself warmer at night when my sleeping bag just isn't quite cutting it is a warm bottle. I fill up a bottle of boiling water, I put it in this cozy, and you know, it stays warm all night, and it's like having a little oven at the bottom of your sleeping bag. That's sort of my 2 cents on why you can put extra layers on when you're in a sleeping bag and actually feel cold. It's just because it's not evenly spread out.